Escape from the Jail Definitive Edition is a ROM hack that does not appear to work on any emulator that I have installed. I tried a billion different things trying to get it to run until I actually used my eyeballs and realized that it only works with a very specific pre-configured version of Project 64. And after downloading that, I started having a bunch of weirdo problems with my controller that I had to sort out, and fixing controller problems with emulators is an absolute nightmare that I do not wish upon my worst enemies. This is the emulator equivalent of stubbing one toe and then immediately stepping on a Lego with the other foot. Getting this hack running was such a weirdly frustrating process, and what does this hack have to show for it? Well, it's got really nice graphics.
Here we go!
Escape from the Jail Definitive Edition is a remastered/remade version of Escape from the Jail, which is a sort of prequel to the Zdar Attack series, which originally came out a few years ago. It's not a full-sized ROM hack, but it's a quality appetizer and one of the single most consistent hacks I played in some time. It tells the story about Mario escaping from jail. This is yet another in a long list of hacks sent to me a while ago, and it's pretty timely considering that it's tax season as I'm writing the script, and it's entirely possible that I'll make a mistake and have to go to jail, at which point escaping jail would be a very useful thing to be able to do. So happy taxes everybody, because today on the Phantom Beano Brothers Super Show, we will be discussing Escape from Jail Definitive Edition. Now the story of Escape from Jail Definitive Edition is that Mario is in jail. Presumably, Mario is not a fan of being in jail, so he decides to escape. But upon escaping, he discovers that many others have also been thrown in jail as well. So he takes it upon himself to get all 50 stars and set everybody free from jail and unmask the owner who put them there. Although this is a very gameplay-focused ROM hack, the effort put into the story is very much appreciated. NPCs will talk to you and give you little pieces of exposition throughout the game to shed some light on what's actually going on. From the standpoint of gameplay, my immediate first impressions were actually very, very bad. Because the first thing you do in this game is this part where you had to bounce around on deadly lava spinning around this large eyeball after running through a heart thing. You guys already know how I feel about using the lava jump as a mechanic, so when I saw this, my immediate thought was, oh no. This is gonna be one of those ROM hacks, isn't it? But once I actually finished this stupid bastard off and got into the game, it very quickly got better and better, and it wasn't long until this became one of the best ROM hacks I played in a while. This is a relatively brief and efficient ROM hack that's less than half the size of a full-sized one, and you can blow through it in less than 3 hours. But because it's so consistent and wastes none of your time, it ends up feeling like the type of game where the second you beat it, you feel like, alright, let's beat it again. That's really the only beef I have with this game at the end of the day. When you have something this polished and refined, you kinda don't want it to end, so when a game like this has to end sooner than most, you can't help but feel a little bit sad. But it says a lot about the content that is in the game that I feel this way. And it's definitely understandable that you can't keep up something of such high quality forever. That's unfortunately just not how things work. Enjoyment-wise, this is a very fun and engaging piece of work with a lot of variety, but the thing I really love about this game is the difficulty. A lot of ROM hackers say, alright, let's just put a bunch of stupid bullshit in there with precise jumps and insta-kill quicksand, and if you make one small mistake, you're getting booted out of the level and have to get 100 coins all over again. With this game, you still have a couple of tricky moments, except that the game often catches you with automatic built-in save state functions that put you right back before the tricky part. It doesn't directly make the game easier other than cutting down on tedium, but by avoiding disproportionate draconian punishments for tiny mistakes, it makes the game much more consistent and engaging, and it doesn't make me want to throw my computer off of a cliff. It doesn't do this for everything, but usually for the parts where it counts, it's there as a nice touch. Once again, it would have been nice if the game let you keep going even when you get a star, although I imagine that might involve fundamentally changing many parts of the game, and other than that, it's very efficient, as I've said before. There are only 5 major levels, but there are a number of smaller, more secret levels on top of that to keep things fresh. Visually, Escape from the Jail Definitive Edition is A tier at the very least with respect to the lineage of Mario 64 ROM hacks. When you actually start digging into this game, the first thing you're going to notice is the graphics. Dude, this is Mario 64 right here. You know, the game that came out in 1996 and is supposed to look like this. How do you get that game to look like this? Well, I'm not a ROM hacker, so I don't know, but you should ask them yourself. 3D trees with snow on them, coin sprites now have super detailed and smooth animations and rounded resolution. The stars have this extremely shiny glow to them like Mario Galaxy. The textures are dramatically improved. This is like Majora's Mask level visuals. Mario's model looks a lot more smoothed out. The dissolve effect for the invisibility cap actually works. From a technical standpoint, this game is phenomenal, especially for a ROM hack, and to top it all off, the game's soundtrack is excellent. Like most ROM hacks, the soundtrack for this game is comprised of songs from other games, but this one contains a few that you don't tend to hear very often in other ROM hacks, which makes it stand out. If you're a fan of the Mario and Luigi series, you're probably going to recognize a number of these songs. Escape from the Jail Definitive Edition is more challenging than the base game, but not so challenging that it pisses you off. It's a very consistent game that doesn't waste your time, it's just back-to-back quality. It's a brief game that I kinda wish lasted longer because of how fun it is. From an audio-visual standpoint, it's one of the best ROM hacks I've seen, and the extra effort of an overarching narrative is impressive to say the least. But what really matters is that it delivers where it counts. Fun. This is a fun video game, and at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. I'm gonna try to remember to put the release video in the description so you can run over and grab it for yourself. If I forget to do that, remember to yell at me in the comments so I can fix it. But otherwise, this has been the Super Phantombino Super Show, so thank you for watching, and stay tuned for my next episode where I talk about something like, I don't know, maybe the Sonic movie, or maybe the Mario movie, the Bubsy movie, I don't know, I like movies. But in any case, I'll see you again sometime this week.